Micron, Nike, Apple, Biogen, and Tesla are what TheStreet's columnists and editors are watching. I'm Catherine Ross, live at the NYSE with Jim Cramer. Jim, investors have a lot to think about. Let's start with Micron.
Okay, sure. Stock of the day. I interviewed Sanjay Mehrotra, and what Sanjay has done is I've covered Micron for 40 years. He's covered for 40 years. Here's what has to happen. A trough in Micron, when you would buy the stock, is when they cut back, when they recognize that the inventory is so big that they can't work it off, so they got to cut back. Traditionally, there will be one or two companies that signal. This is a signal of the Koreans. Listen, we're going to cut back, you cut back. That's how it works. Sorry, you may not like it. But that has led to a bottom, which is why Lamb is actually up, which is a stock we own for Action Alerts. You would think if they're cutting back CapEx, going from 9 to 9.5 billion down to 9, and then next quarter weaker, that you would sell Lamb, but you can't. Because what's happened is that this is how you get a bottom. DRAM prices go up, the inventory's bad, admittedly. Now, what's driving, is there anything behind it? Okay, well, first of all, the stock is down 25 points, up bottom in the mid-30s. They bought back a lot of stock right there. Well, what's behind it is they think that data center is going to get strong, that PCs won't be bad. That's seasonal in the second half. That's true. And then 5G in 2020, and you need a lot of DRAM, and you need a lot of flash for that. Those are both in bad glutted. There's a guy who downgraded to sell in Citi. That has not been the way. I mean, look, as someone who's traded, well, I don't trade anymore, but I made a lot of money on Micron, both short and long side. And you're supposed to buy Azure. You're supposed to buy Lamb, too.
What do you think is the future of 5G?
Look, I think 5G is really going to be difficult. I mean, Verizon's out there already talking about it. Apple doesn't have a 5G offering. I think that 5G, we've not seen the magic of it yet. We can't kind of comprehend what it might mean. A lot of it might be B2B, Internet of Things. I know we like NVIDIA in part because of 5G and how fast it is, and you might need NVIDIA's graphic chips. But, you know, overall what's really happening is that people feel that there's a pause in the market because people are waiting for 5G, and that's enough. So in other words, there are people who are saying, listen, why should I have 4G? I'm very close to 5G. I think that one of the reasons why the incremental things that Apple's talking about are wearables. Don't leave home without it with your AirPods, and don't leave home without it with your watch. And you know, they don't have a 5G story, but they do have an accessory story. The stock, Apple's up way too much in anticipation of the video stream, which will therefore be viewed as disappointing. I have a piece of real money about that today that's somewhat tongue-in-cheek. But Apple's leading this market, and Micron's leading this market, Tech's leading the market. Levi Strauss comes public today. That'll lead the market. That stock will come at a very big premium. And these are all in the face of the president saying, hey, listen, we're not going to have a trade deal unless it's done in our terms. So let's be careful. Probably around 1 or 2, someone in Washington will leak that there's not a good deal going, and everybody who bought will say, ouch.
Where are your jeans?
Well, you know, it's interesting you say that. I handled one of the big part of the family fortune when I was at Goldman Sachs in the 80s. And I remember when the stock was a not great stock because denim was cyclical. I mean, denim goes in favor and out in favor. They did have an inflection point in 2017. The enthusiasm at the beginning of this, like people wearing jeans jackets, it's fun. At the end, this is tragic. We're at the beginning, so you can make some money for a while. You say, well, how do I know this? Well, you ever heard of TheStreet.com? Where are we in the queue? So just be careful. The beginning ones work fine. Try to get some. Try to get some lift. Try to get in it. I mean, they're underpriced Levi's because they want the deal to work. The brokers want the deal to work. That's how it starts. They lure you in. They issue just a little bit of stock. Stock pops. More people come in. People get excited again. This is the life cycle. And then you start getting some deals that aren't as good, or they flood the market with stock. And then at the end, you get secondaries from people who say, wow, I can get out at a relative basis. And then you just collapse. So that's the life cycle. I will be on the life cycle for everybody here. By the way, it's very interesting. The banks keep getting hit, and yet they're the winners in the IPOs. But anybody gets in front of a bank, it's like putting your foot under a lawnmower.
What about Biogen? The stock is falling.
Well, Biogen deserves it. I mean, Biogen was telling people, I know a lot of people who are doing similar drugs to Biogen. They're all failing. All the great CEOs were telling me, we can't solve it. But not Biogen. They were out there telling you it'd be fine. They've got it. That's not the way it should work.
You've been tweeting about Tesla. What's going on?
Oh, having some fun there. You know, hey, Ross Gerber, I don't know if you watch. Love Elon. First of all, love Elon. He's brilliant. Love the car. Also love the justice system. And that's what I'm hung up on. People want to make it about me. They've got videos of me. You know, I don't know. They ain't like, let me tell you something. They're not like Bezos. But here's the deal. Okay. Love the car. Love Musk. Don't like contempt of court. I went to law school. Was a lawyer for a while. I believe in the judiciary passionately. I think Judge Nathan is a breakthrough judge doing a lot of good things, and I don't think she should be made fun of. I don't think she should be told this is a First Amendment issue. She's a distinguished jurist. So, you know, let's do this. Let's be like Shakespeare. Let's kill all the lawyers first. I think Elon's being poorly served, and I also think that because he never checked in with the process, you know, versus say the 76ers, who are the process, he got on the wrong side of Judge Nathan. But I love him. I love Ross Gerber, by the way. Gerber Kawasaki, dynamite. All the people who are posting horrible things about me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, and that's why I carry nuclear weapons. And I do personally think it's hilarious that they defend a man whom I'm worried about. I read that Jim Stewart piece. I'm worried about this man. He's an icon. We got to preserve him. He's got to take care of himself. You should stop tweeting. I'm worried about it. The Teslocratics, they're not worried about him. They show no passion. And anyone who has ever been in a situation where you have a troubled soul, don't abet it. You don't abet that behavior. You help the guy. There's no sympathy toward this guy. I am sympathetic.
What about the Apple event? You mentioned it earlier. Are you looking forward to it?
No, not at all, because there's no way it can live up to the hype. Now, one of the reasons why I say own Apple, don't trade it, is because take a look. Look what the analysts did. When it was at 180, they cut target to 160. It was 160, they cut target to 150. When it was 150, they cut target to 140. I used to be an auctioneer, but hey, 150, I got 150, I got 140, I got 140, how about 130, 130? And so what happened is that they completely screwed you. And now they're coming in. Now they're coming in. 190. Wow, raising price target. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, it's a comedy of errors. Wow, a lot of Shakespeare today. Shakespeare holds up.
So we've talked about before.
Yeah, Shakespeare's got game. I like the Henry IV part 1 and 2. I like
That's
the histories.
one of my favorites too.
Histories are dynamite.
Yeah.
We're talking about Olivier today. Is it safe? Go ahead.
Okay, so I've got an investing education questioner for you. Are
Sure.
you ready? All right.
Yeah, I'm ready, ski daddy.
Woo. Okay, how can you tell when a company is or isn't becoming a turnaround story?
Oh man, that's a great question. Okay, the way you can tell if a company's in a turnaround story, first of all, look at the bonds. Bonds are always smarter than the stocks. There's Chip. How you doing, partner?
I'm good.
Everything good?
I'm good.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Man, congratulations. Inflection year, Chip Berg. Just fantastic. Great guy. And by the way, sustainable and purpose-led long before everyone's adopted it, right? You were talking about it when everyone was saying, what is he talking about? That's not about the earnings.
Yep,
You do good
right.
things.
And we're going to keep doing it.
I know you are. All right. That's Chivy's CEO. He's dynamite. Look, there are people who are about doing the right thing. That guy's about doing the right thing. And we've been talking about that for years. I love him. I really love him.
So-
I've been, long time ago, I wanted him on because I feel that companies that do the right thing have a higher price earnings multiple. And Chip's been delight. And, I'm not a political guy, but I am a guy who recognizes when people are out there helping people. And Chip's the real deal. So the education, we were talking there, a turnaround. Okay, so let's take Newell Rubbermaid, which is now Newell. I will watch the bonds. GE, you get a turn. Thank you, Matt Horween, for telling me this. Watch the GE bonds. Don't watch the common stock. That's just a bunch of yahoos trading that one. All right? The same thing, by the way, with my friend who I'm worried about.
Who?
Elon. You watch the bonds.
Tesla bonds?
Yeah. I'm a kind man. I'm a good man. And I'm worried. You don't want this to develop into like a, good to be back Lloyd overlook situation.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with that tweeting.
Yeah. Someone ought to take it away from him. Hey, listen, the president's wild enough. We don't need two of them.
It's true. All right, Jim, we got to move on.
You betcha.
So that does it for this show today. Jim, thank you for joining
Disney's
me.
got to stop going down soon. It's just all because of the way the distribution went. Distribution's poorly handled.
Why is the distribution poorly handled?
Because the stock is down just on mechanical purposes, and we're going to have to start buying the stock to be sold higher. We go back and talk to Zev and Jeff.
Is it what you were talking to me about yesterday about the fact that they're spending money so people are getting a little...
No, there was just a weird distribution associated with Fox, and that's going to clear up, but it caused a giant amount of stock to be sold. Okay, to be sold. I see some stocks I like here moving up, though.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. And for all of you on Facebook, go to Action Alerts Plus, where we're going to go, and you can sign up on actionalertsplus.com.
Elon, hang in there.